Hello, John and Happy Place learners, another Saturday session. This time we are going to work with lack of control in creating piece of art and exploring right side of your brain and your non-dominant, working with your non-dominant hand. The purpose of this session and this activity is to actually experience the process more than to worry about what it looks like. I'm still looking forward to see what you create because I know it's going to be brilliant. However, I would like you to experience the process more and concentrate on what happens to you. You're going to work with your non-dominant hand, as I mentioned, create some abstractish, crazy drawing, which sometimes actually works out better than working with your more controlling dominant hand. And this is also about working with your imagination, active imagination, and using the right side of your brain more, which means the thinking, planning, controlling, analyzing what's going where, does it fit, overthinking is gone. Or less likely to happen because your non-dominant hand will be you will just have to deal with much less control and ability to plan things. Enjoy, and again, I'm looking forward to see what you create. Let me know. Bye bye. Okay, so working on simple plain paper and one simple pencil. I would like you to divide page into two parts and work on one side. If you can number it if you want, so you can refer back to it. Work with your non-dominant hand on one for about something between 5-10 minutes, and then have a break and come back with a few minutes break and do the same on another side, and just look how those drawings develop. Now, how do you draw? How do you start? Again, we are not looking at the representational art because I want you to switch to your imagination and your right side of your brain more. So maybe start with holding a pencil slightly differently instead of your typical bit like tripod grip. So I'm going to use my left hand here with different way of holding the pen, and I'm just starting with some random scribbles. And then still the drawing, it's got to be done fully with your non-dominant hand, because that will prevent you from going into tiny, precise details and overthinking. So here you see I'm using mainly side of my pencil. If I was doing the same with my right hand, I would be tempted to go and do small details and use the tip of the pencil, but here I'm just using it more like a side. And go with this drawing, as they say, go with the flow. Just try different techniques, different ways of holding your pen, and I would say accept that you are not going to fully control it. Remember, more pressure, darker you can get. And look, I'm going outside the lines, I'm not keeping inside the lines. So be adventurous and a bit rebellious. I like that. Now I like those bold marks. And now we'll try something like that. So you see, all my planning, whatever would be normally in my head, it's gone, because it's not much I can control. My left hand, I don't do anything, I'm typical right-handed person, so for me that is very different. Now from time to time, switch the position of your paper. Look at some areas if you want to give them more coverage. Implement some circle motions as well. And it's really tempting to go into those areas with small details. You know, you can go back to your tripod grip. It's nothing wrong with that. It's still not going to be the same like with your dominant hand. Different mark making. Think about the material you're using. If you have charcoal, that's a great material to use as well. Maybe a colored pencil. Could be a marker. In how many ways can you use it? So try to think outside of the box. Okay, so let me work on that. When I'm finished, I'll show you what it looks like, and then have a few minutes break, and then you can start on another page, half of the page, and just experience, you know, is there any difference between approaching this when you're starting with your non-dominant hand first time, and then when you do the second one. And then you can also, you know, open that page fully and look at both of them and see if you can tell there was a difference when you started and when you kind of, you know, progressed and already had that experience. So let me work on this one a bit more, and I show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is how far I managed to get with my non-dominant hand drawing. I could be still working on it probably forever, but I just wanted you to have a look, give you some close-ups, and just talk about different mark making. So I noticed I've done lots of really bold lines, and see how imperfect they are because I couldn't keep in the lines. I stopped really caring about that. But then as I progressed, I realized that I can do also some soft light gray coverage, and I started using less pressure. So I want you to experience the process. I don't want you to copy what I'm doing. I'm just sharing the process with you, but you will see how it goes for you. So probably from, you know, started with little bit of frustration, thinking I can't do what I want, and all those dark kind of coverage with more pressure was dominant. But then, like I said, when I progressed, I noticed, oh, I can actually, those nice soft lights, I like them as well. So have a go. Now, when you open your paper back to full, and again, you could be working any way really you want with that. This is for your second. So I would say 5 minutes breaks between, because I want you to experience what happens once you accept that you're working with your non-dominant hand. And if you kind of, your second drawing, just wonder what it's going to be looking like. So have a go, and I'm really looking forward to your work being posted on Facebook so we can have a look. Take the adventure. It's not going to be very conventional. This is not precise drawing. This is more about experiencing. Take care. Bye bye.